Hey y'all, it's Julie with Longhorn Kennels. You can find this puppy and all of our others, plus a ton of information on our website at longhornkennels.com. Check out this toy slash mini Aussie Doodle. Isn't he so cute? Hi, handsome. Okay, this litter, find us also on all the socials, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X. This is the Eclair litter. This litter is an F1B litter, which basically means that they are essentially 75% toy poodle, 25% toy slash mini Aussie. Look, he's so sweet. Okay, Mom, she is a registered AKC toy poodle. She has her OFA certifications on her patellas, her eyes, and her heart. What that means is that they do go through a whole certification process because it's really important to us that we breed healthy dogs. I've done this for a long time. I'm breeding dogs that are coming from previously certified dogs. You know, I do this every generation just to make sure that we're on track. In the beginning, it was really hard because when you start buying dogs and you're trying to figure out, you know, most people don't have the rigorous standards that I wanted to hold myself to. So I ended up kind of not being able to use about 80% of the dogs that I wanted in my program. But it's been so many generations now of dogs that we've been really happy with how that's gone as far as health. So OFA certifications on patellas, that's a huge issue in small dogs. Also on heart and on eyes. Dad is, okay, so he is a doodle, which means, but both of his parents were AKC. So, you know, we're still talking about, we're still going to have just that 75% toy poodle, 25% mini Aussie, toy mini, whatever you want to call it, because it's right there on the cusp. Hello, handsome. On him, OFA, patellas, heart, and eyes as well. We also do a genetic panel, so we know that certain diseases sit on certain genes just like they do in people. We, of course, we can't test everything, but anything that can be tested, we are testing it, and we are making sure that we're ruling out bad dominant genes and pairing our bad recessives accordingly. Hello. Oh my gosh. Look at how cute he is. I know, baby. I know. He's like, where is my mother? I know. She has not abandoned you. I promise. Look at his little white on his legs. I think he's going to have a wavy coat. Oh, this is Anthony. And he is ready to go home on Valentine's Day or thereabouts. You can pick him up in College Station. He should be probably, I'm thinking 8 to 14 pounds. And I like to give myself a little cushion, especially on the high side, because people tend to not like it when they go over. Y'all, he's so cute. Yes, he is. But here's the deal. Some people are like, oh my gosh, 8 to 14 pounds, that's so little, that's a purse dog. It is not a purse dog, I promise you. A purse dog like is in the 5-pound range, which doesn't sound like a big difference from 8 to 14, but it is. And here's the deal. This is a dog that you're gonna be able to walk on a leash. This is a dog that's still very portable, that can still fly with you under the seat in front of you, that can still go in a car seat and not be like, you know, oh my gosh, I've got all this slobber and fur in my, you know, and claws tearing up my leather in my car, all of that. None of that is a thing. But the deal with poodles is that they're very thin. And so by the time you're getting a 20, 25, 30-pound dog, they're a lot bigger than what you were thinking initially. So we're going to stay short. We're going to try to put just a little bit of bulk on them, because I like mine to be a little bit, I just hate really like stick little legs. And so we're going to I'm trying to get a more well-rounded, a little bit more aesthetically pleasing dog, a really solidly built dog. And so 8 to 14 is not as small as you think, but it is still very portable. And I think that that's where most people want this dog in their life. They want to be able to pick up the dog and go to the soccer games with the kids, or get on a plane and, you know, take vacation with the dog, and they still want to be able to visit their grandkids or whatever. But nobody wants a giant dog, but they also don't want a purse dog. And I mean, if they did, they would get a tiny toy poodle. And he is not that. He's definitely something that you can put in a sling and carry. I know, you're so handsome. So that's kind of the size that we're looking for this litter, and that's why I made them this way. Going on to Anthony. He is a blue merle. He is also a phantom, which means he has tan points, which is like the tan under his tail and on his little cheeks and eyebrows. Hello. He is so nicely marked. This is going to be a dog that, and it's hard to kind of tell. You'll have to look in the pictures to really see the variation. It's harder to tell, you know, because I'm not super up close, but he has a lot of good variation on him, a lot of color differentiation. And he's got some neat little chrome spots. I don't know why we call it chrome. I think that comes from horses. But here on his back paws, I kind of love that. And I remember yeah, it's under here too. I don't know if you could see that. So sweet. And here, oh, it's such a good boy. And you've got a little bit of white on your chin. Yes, you do, handsome. And then also here. And so you may not be able to see these as much in pictures for obvious reasons, but I wanted to show it to you. Look at how handsome you are. He is such a good boy. His mom is amazing. I know, look. Look, he's like, let me just take it all in stride. To me, he's a very go with the flow dog. And these kinds of dogs, some people, when you say that, people are like, oh my gosh, the dog has no personality. No. Don't you know people that you just like hanging around because, hi, I know, who's a good boy? Don't you know people that you like hanging around just because they're easy to get along with? They can still have their opinions, and they do, but they're just easy to be around, and you're like, wow, that was a breath of fresh air. That was such a nice outing that we had. Or, you know, you went whatever shopping with your girlfriend and you were like, dang, that was so much fun. You laughed the whole time. That's the kind of personality that he's having, or that I'm expecting that he's going to have, because that's what I'm seeing early on out of him. Pretty early on, you can see certain traits. I've done this for so long that these certain traits just sort of carry over. And he is definitely that kind of guy. So he is going to be perfect for pretty much any lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you live in a high rise, or, you know, you live on acreage, or you something in between. If you have, you know, 5 kids like I do, or if you have no kids and you're never going to have any, you're retired, you're single, you have a big family, it doesn't matter. He is so go with the flow, and I love that. When I'm keeping dogs for myself, that's one of the personality traits that I'm looking for, because what that translates to is a dog that is pretty easy to train, less opinionated, something that is complements my life and not complicates my life. Don't get me wrong, I'll do whatever I have to do for my dogs, but I don't want to make it harder than it has to be. And so to me, he's absolutely a dog that will be that way. Let me give you one more little spin on him. Super handsome, dang. Just watch this dog. He's going to be a real looker as he grows. It's really hard for people to tell when they're this little. People are like, oh, they look like little guinea pigs or whatever. But I promise you, this one, he's one to watch. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you a little bit more about him. You can reach me by text or phone, 406-426-8786. Thanks, y'all.